Osho. I was just sitting there and saw a video where someone was telling you to forget that you're a Christian, forget that you're a Jew. This is how you read the Quran. But you know, I keep being reminded, isn't that the message that the enemy of our souls, alright, has always said throughout all time? Okay? I mean, don't think, just do. You know, forget who you are. Forget where you come from. Forget about the price that was paid for you. Well, let me just say this. It doesn't matter if someone from a Muslim background, any kind of a pagan background, or whatever you want to call it. It just don't matter who a person is. When they tell you this, all they're doing is speaking the message that the enemy of our souls wants us to listen to. That's the one thing you should never listen to. You go listen to that, you're going down for a spiral fall and a crash, and you might never ever get back up. That's just a little advice. Okay, so how was your night, and how is this new day for you so far? Yeah, God is good. And I tell you what, you know, people sometimes do forget where they came from. I mean, you see a lot of examples out of, like, well, okay, out of Hollywood. Not only in their movies, but I mean in real life in Hollywood, they have the same problem. Anyone in fame and fortune and stuff, they'll do that. They'll forget their background. Or somebody who wants to be something they're not and starts rubbing shoulders with the wrong ones, they'll deliberately try to hide their background, their roots and everything, just so that they can get along and rub shoulders and be somebody they're not. And on, you know the story. But always remember, you know, I remember back when I used to follow the enemy's lies and used to live my life for the enemy. You know, the one big lie that everyone swallows, I was a big dupe for it, and used to try to spread that word, and it was so wrong. And that was, be true to thyself. No. Well, that's a yeah and no, okay? But it's more like no. Be true to Yeshua. Yourself will get you in trouble. Yourself is the old human nature, you know. That's in that statement, to thine own self be true. It's more of the old self nature thinking, you know. I mean, you must be true to him, you know. I mean, you should always be true and faithful. Let me put it that way. That's what I'm trying to say, in case you misunderstand what I'm saying. Is you have to be true and faithful, but it's not to yourself as it is to God, to Yeshua, being faithful to the Lord, see, and being faithful and following that holy handbook, guidebook, the map book that the Lord had given to us, called the Bible. So just think of it this way, you know, faithfulness. You can be faithful in, alright, love, like if someone's married, to be faithful to their spouse. Yes, okay. Alright, they should be faithful to loving their children, you know, if they got children. Yes. Faithful to your friendship with your friends, you know, if they're your true friends. Okay, In other words, I'm not saying I am not saying unfaithfulness in any form or way or however small is okay. All right, but faithfulness to friends, and but the thing is, they're on the bottom of the list. Okay, here's the top one. God, He's the one you have to be faithful to first. So I just love the way sometimes I just goof things up. I just want to make sure someone understands what I mean, because sometimes I do ramble sometimes, and someone might misunderstand what I'm getting at. But the thing is, all you got to do is ask me, okay? And I will do everything I can to get you to understand. Just pinpoint what it is that you didn't understand, what I said specifically, and then I will, try to make it clear as best as I can. So, and I ask that of all my friends and brothers and sisters in Yeshua, and those who've been acquainted with me. I think they know by now that if there's something that they're not clear on, that they should always ask me. I mean, if they know that something I'm not clear on, they should ask me. Okay, but so that's a great morning. It's cloudy, yeah, and a little wet, but it's still a great morning. God is good. If there's a wake up, and there's war all around, and I'm talking about here, literal war, or even just a war at home. If someone at home is just so disgruntled and got all kinds of problems, you got to know that it's still a good day. God is good, and He is always faithful. So shouldn't we be faithful? Faithful to Him. All right, well, that was my 2 cents. Let's see. 3 cents? All right, shalom. Sister Kikog, thank you so very much, sister. God bless you. And you have a good day. And Sister Beth, God bless you, sister. I'm still thanking you for that recipe. Boy, Boy, was that good. Simple, but good. Shalom. Aho.